All right, everybody, hello and welcome. Happy New Year, wherever in the world you happen to be watching from. This is our first episode in 2021. I hope you enjoyed the holiday period. Hope you got to have a break over the festive holidays and, relax a little bit, get used to the new year. 2020 was a prick of a year for a lot of people. Hopefully 2021 is a little bit better. If you're in the UK, in lockdown, whatever else, I hope you're staying safe and I hope you're staying sane, more importantly. Hopefully Football Manager is getting you through that, and hopefully today's episode will as well. We've got a couple of huge fixtures coming up in the league itself as we look to try and resume our run home, hopefully, to the Bundesliga title in our second season. But before we can worry too much about doing any of that, we have to claim Hamburg for ourselves, and we are going to have a massive Hamburg derby as well. Let's not waste too much time. Let's jump straight in and see how we've gotten on. So first and foremost, right up the tippity top there, you guys can see us sitting on top of the division. 8 games played, 11 goal difference and 20 points. We are 2 points clear of second place Hamburger SV, who we are going to play in today's episode. So not only is it a Hamburg derby, it is also a very, very key early season fixture in terms of the overall makeup of the league and the squads and all that sort of stuff. So far, we've been in pretty good form. We haven't got too much to complain about. Nice little run. We have won 4 of our last 6, which puts us in good form. We did get knocked out of the DFB Pokal again in the first round. I'm not sure what it is about that competition that consistently we keep getting beaten in. But otherwise, as far as the league is concerned, and the league is absolutely our focus this year, we are undefeated. 6 wins, 2 draws, no defeats. That's absolutely perfect. Even though Hamburg are only 2 points behind us, they do have 2 defeats in that period as well, so they can be beaten, they can be gotten at, and we're in relatively good form. So hopefully that means we can continue that today and get ourselves 3 points and start to open up a bit of a gap at the top of the division itself. In the other fixture, we're going to play Werder Bremen, who of course came down from the Bundesliga last season. They're in 3rd spot at the moment, and they have an absolutely incredible squad. We'll talk about it a little bit further before we play them, but very, very strong lineups for the season. And managed by Werder Bremen favourite Torsten Frings. So it'll be interesting to see how he gets on at that club as well. As far as the squad's concerned, we're doing quite well. A few different players. I think there's only one new face from the last time we saw you guys, which is Jamie Lawrence, backup central defender. He joins on loan from Bayern Munich. Only 18 years of age. No real risk with this one. He's pretty much our 4th choice defender as far as the ball-playing defender role is. We just needed to get additional coverage in on that side to make sure that we've got players ready. We do have injuries at the moment to Renier, which is a bit disappointing. He started the season pretty brightly, and Luka Dashner, but Zeballos has been doing okay. Kaminski's playing on the right-hand side at the moment to cover that, and he has started the season superbly. Early doors, Arezo's up to 4 stars, Kaminski 4 stars, Sandri 4 stars, Bella Kotchat 4 stars. Hopefully we're going to start getting more of those players up to 4.5 and 5 stars this season. But still, the squad is entirely under the age of 23 at the moment. And even then, Luka Dashner, there's a bit of a gap between him and I think Finn Becker at 21 is the next oldest player. He has had some interest coming in. Borussia Dortmund and Nuremberg in the Bundesliga, both interested in him. No bids as yet. We'll see if any come through, how we respond to those. Also, first chance for you guys to see Omer Beyer. Shout out to FM Trek, who's loved him during his own Fenerbahce series. I'm really hopeful that he's going to be a superstar player for us, so hopefully we'll see the best of him today. Otherwise, we're pretty much just going to keep going the way that we have been at the moment. We're on a positive mentality. That's pretty much how we're starting most of our games. We've also got this cautious mentality to try and keep possession if we need it, and we've got an attacking structure if we really have to go after it in the last 15 minutes or so. So far, everything's been working pretty effectively, and hopefully it will continue today. I know anything can happen when you reload the game. Once you start recording, everything changes, it all goes out the window. But 3 points in this episode, or 6 points in this episode, would be absolutely huge for our title chances. Dressing room, we'll go outstretched arms. We're huge underdogs. There's no pressure on you. Everyone seems motivated, which is good. Couple of players a little bit aggressive or nervous, but that's absolutely fine. We'll build them into the side as we go. You can see Hamburg are playing a 4-4-1-1. I have seen a couple of different people around the FM community having success with that shape. We'll see how it goes against our 4-3-3 that you can see here. Quite enjoying Sandri as well as a player, the way the halfback's kind of dropping in and becoming an additional central defender when we're in possession. I think that looks really good in our shape and is working quite well. But still early doors. Even if this episode goes absolutely like tits up and we have to then come back or come from behind and drop behind Werder Bremen and Hamburger, it's not going to kill us dead in the water. We will continue trying to push and we'll continue to pick up points against the lesser teams. First highlight of the match though, throw in deep here on the right-hand side. Bakari Jatta, I think his name is, decent player for the Bundesliga 2 level. Has the ball on halfway. Zeballos can't get near him. Cuts inside now, looks across to Kavar. Good overlapping run there from Gamera. Zeballos does well to go and get in front of the ball. Schmidt. Zeballos wins it back in a great area. Arezo's ahead of him on the right-hand side. He gives him a big task to try and go and get it. Thankfully, Van Drongelen just clears it straight back to Vikov, who's currently playing at right back. Sandry's coughed up possession though. Vince Harmler gets goal side, and Losas with an excellent save puts it out for the first corner. So first highlight's gone Hamburger's way. Schmidt with the ball now from the corner, right-footed ball in towards near post. Sandra with a good header away. Kaminsky might get there first here as well, and there could be a counter-attack if we get this forward in good numbers. Just slow up now. He's got bodies near him. Omer, first real involvement from him. That's Omer Bayaz. I think Omer is what's going to be his name on the back of his shirt. Back to Vikov, and the highlight comes to an end. So, not terrible. We have had more of the ball in the opening 10 minutes or so, but really, they've had the best shot and forced a good save out of the keeper. Through the half an hour mark without any highlights, I'm just going to say, should I encourage? Let's try encourage. They've immediately got a highlight, which is terrifying. Leibold with a throw-in, finds Wildsema, cross ball to Jada, and he's hit the post, and then Nets very calmly knocks it back to Losas. Back ball forward to Nets again. So they've hit the post now and forced a good save out of it. Even though we've had more XG, more possession, not always the best reflection of the chances that we're creating. 2 minutes to be added on here at the end of the first half. We're through that now. I think we did actually just get our first shot on target, which is good. We're ahead in the XG states, but I'm slowly learning that expected goals doesn't mean a damn thing, particularly in this game. I'm going to go pump fist. We're going to say, let's give the fans a good performance despite the odds being against us here. And then tactically, we didn't create that much. So let's go with our more cautious mentality. Let's drop off a little bit. Let's try and keep possession. They're going to try and push against us to try and find a winner. Hopefully that'll leave a little bit more space in behind for us to try and exploit. But as we always do, we'll give it 15 minutes and then we'll have a look at subs, changes, what we can make. There's a few 6.4s and 6.5s out there, which isn't ideal timing for people to lose a bit of form. Throw in here deep on the right-hand side though, Vikov. Bayaz back to him. Bayaz looked busy in the couple of highlights we've seen. Good ball towards backstick. Arezo was in there. It's cleared away. Sandry's going to put it back in. Zebalos to Kaminsky, great effort. And Ulrich, I tell you what, he was scrambling at far post. If that had been on target, I think it would have had him beaten. But just beyond the upright. We're going to hit pause there. Going to jump into our tactics and subs. Let's not overcomplicate it. Let's go by match rating. Arezo will come off. Carbonell will come on. He's been scoring quite regularly for the Spanish under-19 side, I think it is. Vikov not playing particularly well either. We'll bring on Gundeland at the right back. And they're saying Biaz hasn't had the greatest game. I disagree. I don't think he's been that bad. I'm going to put my hands in my pockets and say I've got faith in you. I've not had a single sub talk work at any point throughout the course of Football Manager 2021 this year. If you have, let me know what I'm doing wrong in the comment section below. Coley with the ball on the left-hand side here. Arezo finds Sandry. Good tackle. Vikov pulls it forward. That'll be last involvement for him before he comes off. Leibold's gotten forward on that side. Back to Coley. Sandry's in there again. Falls to Coley though. Schmidt, edge of the area. Ball into Vinsheimer. Tries to clear it. Vikov. Ball forward. Zebalos has won it back. Now Arezo. Last involvement from him as well before he comes off. He has lost possession. It's going to go back to Gimera at right back. And the highlight comes to an end. Not much of a highlight, to be fair. Subs still haven't gone through yet. So this period of play is proving quite fruitful. And have they just given a foul and a penalty? They're going to go have a look at the footage for the penalty. It looked like a great tackle to me from what we saw there in 3 dimensions. We'll see how this one goes. They're going to check the penalty. I thought he got the entirety of the ball, and I thought we were away through Zebalos as well. So it'd be interesting to see what this one actually plays as. No penalty. All right, fair enough. Then what happens to... Is it just a free kick to us after that? Do we get possession back? All right, I've got 10 minutes to go, so we're going to make that last change. They're saying Bayas hasn't played particularly well. He's also got pretty low conditioning, but at the same time, so does Luka Nets and Kaminsky. Should I bring on Bamba? Just some fresh legs in a wide right area? I think that might be the best way to do it. So we'll give Maury Bamba a shout. Tell him we've got faith in him. He already seems motivated. I'm going to hit play, and then I'm going to use pretty much my last roll of the dice at Demand More shout with 10 minutes to go. Probably could have gone attacking, but really, a draw hurts them more than it helps us. 3 minutes to be added on, which we're through now. A 0-all draw, so not the most exciting contest from two sides that are towards the top of the division at the moment. 8 shots, 2 on target, 0.93 XG, and 48 possession for Hamburger. 8 shots, 1 on target, 0.91 XG, and 52% possession for St Pauli. XG dropped off a little bit in the second half, but that's to be expected, making that adjustment to possession. Unlucky boys, just wasn't our day. Everyone else seems motivated or happy, which is good. And again, draw doesn't kill us there. Not the most exciting stuff for you guys watching at home, but the result itself, not terrible. We do stay top of the division. We are still 2 points clear of Hamburger. It doesn't look like Werder Bremen have taken advantage of that one either. They've lost 2-1 to Greta Fürth, so they dropped down to 4th spot, and it looks like Sandhausen has jumped up into 3rd on 18 points. So, as long as we get some sort of points against Werder Bremen in this next game, we should be able to finish the episode on top of the division against two of the better sides in the division. Luca Net's got the man of the match award, 7.3 match rating. I've heard a lot of people saying a lot about fullbacks not getting good match ratings, and he's managed to get man of the match. So maybe we're just not seeing that in our save. We did go 11 unbeaten. Fantastic start to the season. We will absolutely take that. And as far as the squad's concerned, we're not in terrible shape either. Renier won't be back for the next game, but Luka Daschner might. We are going to give the guys that started a day off, just for one day, and then I'm also going to make a switch. We're going to bring Gundogan in from the start. Vikov will drop out. Vikov has been the most vocal player about like his playing time and wanting to get more playing time and all that sort of stuff. So I'm trying to get Vikov out there when we can, but Gundogan will come in for the next match, and we'll see how he performs after being dropped from the team. Magic of editing, though. I'm going to jump forward to the next match now. Right, just like that, we are further ahead at the game against Werder Bremen. So we probably could have done without having to rest players. It was actually a 2-week break because of international call-ups. A few players did go away with the under-19 and under-21 sides, which is good to see that some of our best players are getting recognised. But hopefully that means they're going to come back ready to go and in sharp match fitness. Everyone looks pretty fit and ready to go. No injury concerns or anything like that. Just a couple of changes that we already went through. We're going to say we've been on a good run lately. Go out there and impress me. We are playing at home, so I'm going to go positive from the off. And as we did in the last match, if that's not quite working out for us, we might make a tactical adjustment. We still had Daschner kind of working his way back. You can see here, actually, before we go past it, 4-1-4-1 for Werder Bremen. Very defensive-looking structure for them. We actually had Luka Daschner kind of working his way back. I just didn't want to risk him. He's not fully fit, so we're going to leave him out of the squad, and hopefully he'll get back to full fitness and back on board in the next few weeks. Started the season very, very well. But it would be a shame to not get out of this episode without 3 points at some stage. First highlight of the match comes in from a goal kick, a very long one actually, all the way into the other half. Zeballos has won the ball back in a great area, can beat a man, or can at least draw defenders away from Arezzo. Goes back to Nets. Cross ball here to Becker. Now Bayaz, Sandri. Back to Bayaz again. Good little working doggies there, trying to get the midfield running. Kaminski beats the first man, gets to the byline. Can he find the cutback? He goes to strike himself, and I think it actually came back and clipped in before it went out for a goal kick. Highlight continues here immediately from that goal kick, though. Nets brings the ball down that time. Becker with a lovely touch around the midfielder. And out wide right to Zeballos, who's tackled. One back here by Werder Bremen. Harass, they're very slow getting forward, and then they kind of gets their centre-backs and they just clear the ball long. But the interplay between their fullbacks and midfield isn't terrible. Gundogan here, back in the lineup, tries to get a good cross in. It's headed away. Bayaz, good little triangle there with Sandri and Becker. First time ball in from Gundogan isn't great. Hack wins the ball back. Kaminski to Omer to Arezzo. It's pinballed around, and it's a good save from Giefer, it must be said, who pushes the ball away, and then the defence manages to drop it and clear it. But good signs already. We've created more, I think, in terms of highlights in the opening 15 minutes here than we did in the entirety of the match against Hamburger. So lovely response from the team. As things stand, Hamburger have taken a lead against Osnabrück. They would go top of the division if things stay as they are. Osnabrück, just as I've said that, cursed the commentator, have just equalised. We're going to hit a demand more shout with 10 minutes to go in the half here. If we can get a goal before half time, it's going to change the complexion of the match into the second half. Gundogan, cut back to Bayaz. Gundogan again, getting forward. Probably our best getting forward player. Bayaz has had a strike, and then Gundogan tries to put it in from the angle, but can only hit side netting. But good play from both of them. Bayaz definitely having a better match today. I didn't think he was that bad last time out. He's standing over the free kick here as well. Backstick ball. It's clipped the post, and somehow it's managed to find its way in. I'm pretty sure one of their defenders, Mensah, has cleared the ball into his own player. Bart Niekoop is how I think you'd say that. Nieuwkoop. Wonderful ball in here from Bayaz. Bela Kotchap was there. He's the one that hits the inside of the post. I think it also clips the keeper's back, and then Mensah tries to clear it away, and Nieuwkoop doing the right thing, trying to drop back. He gets in the road and puts that one in for a call, not a goal kick, an own goal. That's the word that I'm trying to think of. But at half-time, 11 shots, 5 on target, 1.01 XG and 59% possession for St Pauli. 1 shot, 1 on target, 0.05 XG. It's probably the lowest I think I've seen so far this season, and 41% of the ball for Werder Bremen. We are thoroughly on top, so we don't really have too much that we need to change. I'm just going to say things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. We've had pretty much all of it in the first half, but they've got a highlight here to start the second. Good punch away there from Losas, falls to Kaminski now. Can beat a man in the dribble. Can he try and drag some defenders away from Arezzo in the middle? And Zeballos is getting in back post as well. Cut back to Gundogan. Into Omer. Back to Gundogan again, who's done a mountain of running. Good cut back to Zeballos. That's an excellent goal. We spoke about Gundogan and what sort of response we might get from him after dropping him in the previous games, and he's been absolutely excellent. He's just picked up a wonderful assist. Bayaz goes back to Gundogan again, and it's a strange cross because he just keeps it on the deck at the edge of the 18, but Zeballos gets there first. Keeper is unsighted and moving back across his goal. Goes the wrong way past him, and second goal of the season for our club record signing Zeballos. And it would, as things currently stand, see us go 5 points clear because Osnabrück have just taken a lead against Hamburger, which is fantastic. We're not going to wait too much further about their results. Nets with the throw-in, headed away. Sandro's going to get a chance here to recycle and put the ball back in. Switch out to the right-hand side. Gundogan's there. Reverse pass to Kaminski. Can he get his first goal for the club? No, it's not his first goal. It's the first goal that you guys have seen in an episode, but third goal of the season for him. He has picked up a knock as well, so I don't think we're going to risk him too much further, but wonderful expansive play here. Sandri does very well with the cross-field switch. Gundogan again getting involved. Just first time ball into a dangerous area. Keeper can't get there. And he ends up actually finishing that from within the 6-yard box. But a wonderful near post finish to make it 3-0. And really, I think, give us kind of the advantage that we've been looking for or deserved on the base of the highlights we've seen. We're just going to go now by conditioning. I'm not worried too much about match ratings in this one. Kaminski, we're not going to risk him any further. We'll bring on Maury Bamba. And Gundogan, they're saying his conditioning is not great. I'm going to leave him out there. And let's take off one of these midfielders. Armini's not had a great game. Arezo's not had a great game. Arezo was in a fantastic run of scoring form in going into this episode, but it just hasn't worked out for him. Maybe it's the curse of the commentary. Maybe it's the fact that we're recording. We will also use a demand more shout as well at the same time, because I think that'll help us out quite a bit. But if you had offered me 3-0 against Werder Bremen, who played in the Bundesliga last year, I absolutely would have taken it. So this is a fantastic performance from everyone. They've got a throw in here. It's hooked away there by Sandri. Now Carbonell, first real chance we've seen from him so far in this episode. Beats a couple of challenges and gets the strike away. What a goal that is. That is absolutely fantastic from the young Spaniard. Second goal of the season for him. We're going to check this one out in 3 dimensions. This is absolutely superb. Sandri with the clearance. Carbonell's one out against 5 defenders and manages to tear away from all of them. Skips this one challenge and they've dropped to the middle and he manages to slide that one into the far corner from the left-hand side. Absolutely wonderful stuff, and 4-0 is very impressive, it must be said. I'm going to encourage everybody. Again, I haven't found... This skin is fantastic, but I just missed the bit where it comes up like with the body language on the same screen as the match rating. It just made so much more sense. Gundogan, good ball back stick. He's had an excellent game today, Gundogan. Highlight here for Werder Bremen, trying to play it out through midfield. It's a bit slow though, they're not looking to get it forward super quickly, and to be fair, their striker isn't looking to run off the shoulder either, so no one to really play it to. Bayaz with a good tackle in midfield, but they are going to get it back. Mowald out wide right to Nikup, who was responsible for that own goal earlier. They're just playing it around in midfield with no real endeavour to get forward at any point, but we don't have to press too aggressively. They'll eventually put it back in an area where we can get it. Bayaz doing good doggy work in midfield, just trying to close down the man in possession, prevent that forward pass. Fantastic stuff to see. Asako cuts inside. He's the first one that's really tried to run with the ball in a while here for Bremen. But we're into the last few seconds of the match and it's the last few seconds of injury time. And it's just called... I'm not sure why that came up. I'm not sure why we got that highlight, but I'll take it. It was good defensive work from everybody. Wonderful performance from the lads. Sandri, 7.8. Carbonell, 7.4. Gundogan, an 8.5. He comes back into the lineup and is the best player on the park. In the end, 22 shots, 2.35 XG, 58% possession for St Pauli. 2 shots, 0.15 XG, and 42% possession for Werder Bremen. Not the greatest performance for the boys in green. Well done, lads. Good win for us. And let's see what that does to the final ladder positions heading into a little bit of a spell. We do stay top of the division, still 2 points clear of Hamburger. We stay pretty much at the same length we were with them heading into the episode. Paderborn have jumped above Sandhausen, Heidenheim, Greuther Fürth. They're all part of a chasing group now on 19 points, 5 points back. But as we know, anything can happen in these games. As soon as you drop a couple of results here and there, it's easy to fall back down the table in this league. Kaminski got a tight groin, so that his injury is not too bad. Renier still a little while away. Gundogan we're going to give some praise because he was absolutely fantastic last time out, and 12 matches in a row without losing. Fantastic to see. What does that do to the future for us? Gives us a little bit of a spell. So I think what we might do is we might play these games against like Dusseldorf, Union Berlin, Paderborn, and Jan Regensburg and Braunschweig off screen. That's 5 matches. And we're going to come back and do Greuther Fürth and Dresden. The reason we'll do that is because that marks the start of the winter break. We've got pretty much a month off. So By doing that, we'll show who's like on top at Christmas or who's on top at the winter break, and it kind of sets up the second half of the season, which we will of course go through next week as well. So 2 games against Greater Firth, who've had some good results, and Dresden down in 16th spot in in Friday's episode. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. That's the part that I appreciate the most. If you want to help support the channel that little bit more, you can drop a like on this video. It gets us higher in YouTube search results when people look for Football Manager content. You can also subscribe to the channel to be kept up to date on all of our future videos. If you want to see more of me, hear me talk about Australian New Zealand football, or if you want to learn more about Australian New Zealand football, check out the reserveteam.com.au and the Reserve Team channel over on YouTube. I'm currently running that and enjoying it quite a bit. Real life football back in Melbourne for first time in quite a long time as well, which is fantastic to see. But more than anything, guys, I just appreciate you watching along with me. As always, I've been Sean, and I'll see you all again in the mixer.